the feature so many of our listeners wait for each day. Producer's Picks.
Producer's Picks is the time of day where we throw the mic to Jared Diglio, my producer, and he goes through some of the stories that caught his eye. Jared, take it away.
All right, starting off with a little PSA because I have these in my freezer. So, the Trident Seafoods Corporation has issued a voluntary recall for a select batch of its Pacific salmon burgers sold at Costco over concerns that they could contain small pieces of metal. So if you bought the Trident brand Pacific salmon burgers at Costco, either throw them out or bring them back, but there's a chance they may have metal in them. The burgers affected, the lot number is GC Gamma Charlie 101431, and they have a Best By date of January 14th, 2023.
This is a real PSA.
This is a real PSA. I had one of these last week. I don't know if it was from this batch, but I had this brand of salmon burger last week. So if you have the salmon burgers from Costco, Pacific salmon burgers from the Trident Seafoods, just get rid of them.
I'm not a salmon burger kind of girl. I don't mind a turkey burger on occasion, but I never dabbled with the salmon burgers.
Yeah, I hadn't had them, so I said, let me try these, and I could have eaten metal, but
the one time you try something new.
Let that be a lesson, kids. Never get out of your comfort zone. Never go after
burgers.
New experiences.
Exactly.
Well, there's been a lot of bad news and gaffes, shall we say, for the Biden administration lately, and the hits just keep coming. I don't know if you heard about this, but Richard Torres Estrada, who was recently appointed as the head of diversity and inclusion at the United States Special Operations Command over at that outfit there in D.C., the Pentagon.
Right.
Well, he has been reassigned as the military investigates his social media posts.
Oh, I saw this.
Yes.
I saw this. He compared Trump to, I want to say, Hitler?
Hitler, yes. So basically what he did is he put up the meme of, remember, after they tried to burn down the church in D.C., Trump walked across in one of the best photo ops, the whole bunch of the administration, they're walking through, and, he held up the Bible. Black and white, and he held up the Bible, and so somebody photoshopped Hitler holding up a Bible and said, oh my God, he's doing exactly what Hitler did. Well, it turns out the Hitler Bible photo was a fake, but, it didn't matter because it got the narrative out. So Richard Torres Estrada posted the same picture, and now he has been reassigned. No idea where he's been reassigned
But he wasn't fired.
He was not fired.
So he made out better than Gina Carano.
Yes.
From Disney.
Yes.
Okay.
Who put up an actual historical context of something.
Right.
So he has been reassigned while the military investigates.
You're never going to get fired for doing something if it was in the pursuit of hurting Donald Trump. If it was in the pursuit of making Trump look bad or saying how much you hate Donald Trump, you get immunity. You will never be canceled as long as the goal is to show the world that you too hate Orange Man. You'll be good. You're in the clear.
And more fun. So we actually had a caller earlier. I apologize. I don't remember the gentleman's name, but he was talking about how everybody was called a conspiracy theorist when they talked about how COVID was going to be used for the government to track you. He mentioned microchips and vaccines, but, that there would be some type of method of the government tracking you, and this whole thing was a cover for government overreach and control and blah, 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 and now these things are coming true. Well, if you hate the vaccine passport, don't go to Canada, because it's even worse. This is from Justin Trudeau's official government account. He's talking about people traveling, saying now is not the time to travel. But if you travel and you fly back into Canada, you will need to show a negative PCR test before you board the plane, and when you land, you'll need to take another PCR test. All right, that seems
pretty
reasonable. You will then have to wait at an approved hotel at your own expense for the results to come back. Then, if your results come back negative for COVID-19, you'll be able to head home and finish your mandatory quarantine there. But if your results come back positive, you'll need to immediately quarantine in a designated government facility. This is not optional. Gulags, kids.
It's all so dumb, too.
Government prisons.
And that's in Canada.
That's in Canada.
Yeah, I won't be traveling there anytime soon.
No, we don't need milk in a bag that badly. More vaccine weirdness. The web-based fashion retailer, and I know you're a fashion plate, so you'll get into this story. Web-based fashion retailer Revolve.com is really taking a hit on social media because they posted a new line, a section for vaccine-ready off-the-shoulder tops.
Yes, I saw that. I've shopped on Revolve before. It's a very popular website. I don't know if I've ever actually purchased anything or if I've just browsed. It's pretty expensive. Some of the stuff is pretty pricey.
Some of these tops go between $70 to $300.
But here's what I'm noticing, because this happened also with Krispy Kreme, where they try to do something with the vaccine, whether to promote the vaccine or, just kind of market off of it, and they face backlash. And the vaccine-ready tops where, there's little shoulder cutouts or whatever, that's one thing. But the guy from Krispy Kreme said if you get vaccinated, you'll get a free donut. And there was a ton of blowback for that. And I kind of don't understand what the uproar is about. Like, it's a private company. They're, if you don't like it, don't buy the shirt or don't get the donut.
Right. Exactly.
Like, what did they do so wrong? They just had, people thought it was kind of inappropriate?
Yes, that was inappropriate given the seriousness of the pandemic plague.
Well, then we have to figure out what the rules are, because some of these people on CNN are telling me I should call it a Fauci ouchie, and everything's fun and games, and we're making children's books for Dr. Fauci, but then Krispy Kreme and Revolve can't get in on it. So is it serious, or is it
Yeah.
I don't really go for that.
No, but for me that's what's been the most irritating is this like kitschy industry that has arisen from COVID-19. Like the fashion masks, we're mask manufacturers. I have not bought one mask. We were lucky we got some masks. So I took some free masks, but because you need to wear them. But I will not participate in buying a mask. I will not participate in an off-the-shoulder vaccine. Like that's the most irritating part of this, is that people have treated this as like a cultural phenomenon.
And trying to make it happen. Like, yes, these are the commercials too. Those commercials where they try to make it sentimental or uplifting that, we're all working from home and yet we're connecting more than we ever have. Sometimes when the furthest you are from the distance is the closest you are at the heart. And then there's a little kid who runs into the room and goes, "Hi, Grandma," and waves to his grandma on Zoom or something. Enough. Okay. I know we're living in a pandemic because I'm bombarded with it every time I walk outside and have to wear a mask. You guys can pretend on TV that we're not. You can pretend. You can just have a car commercial of people in a car. You don't have to have them like in a car at a drive-in because it's a pandemic. They're wearing the masks. We all know. We have not forgotten.
Yes. Enough is enough.
Enough is enough is enough.
More fashion news. Yesterday I mentioned Lil Nas X's Satan shoes. That were Nike shoes, which had red ink and a drop of human blood in the soles for anybody who missed it. Well, Nike yesterday distanced themselves from that, and they are now suing MSCHF for their Satan shoes. That basically they appropriated the Nike brand to make these ink and blood-filled shoes. So if you're looking to buy one of the 666 pairs of Satan shoes, you may have to step back and wait for the next stimmy check before you can do that. But yes, so Nike is officially suing the manufacturer of their, I guess, knockoff shoes.
I don't know why Lil Nas is getting involved in this. Like, he seemed to be doing a pretty decent job with his one hit. He could have lived off that forever. Why is he dancing with the devil? Why is he hanging out with Satan now? I like that one song. I'm going to take my horse to the old town road.
Yep.
I didn't have a problem with it.
No, it was a big crossover hit. And actually, Nick Young, NBA player, tweeted, he's like, I'm never letting my kids listen to that song again.
Yeah, I don't blame him, because now I'm starting to think he really has something to do with the devil.
Yeah. Well, on this day, we get a nice on this day, Jerry Parr, on this day in 1981, March 30th, protected President Ronald Reagan from an assassination attempt, taking a bullet, getting him into the limo. So Jerry Parr, it's kind of all over the place, but he was a Secret Service official, and he was the guy that got President Reagan into the limousine when John Hinckley took a shot at him. So he was a consultant on In the Line of Fire. He was the inspiration for a bunch of Secret Service books and things like that. But funny coincidence is he actually became interested in joining the Secret Service when he saw Ronald Reagan, the actor, in a movie in 1939 about a Secret Service agent.
Wow. And
all those many years later, he would become a Secret Service agent and protect the guy that got him into the racket.
That's crazy.
So that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I also saw a cut that's been going around recently because of that, and it was after the assassination attempt, and Ronald Reagan was giving a speech in this really open area, like thousands of people there, and a balloon popped behind him, and it had this scary sound effect. I mean, this guy just got shot at, didn't flinch, and then he just looked at the audience, and they all kind of flinched, and he said, "Missed me," and everyone started laughing. So cool. I mean, there's a few guys who really do not know how to handle scary situations, and they don't let it affect them. Like, remember George Bush? He got the shoe thrown at him.
Right.
Yeah, he just ducked.
Or Trump when they had to get him out of the press conference when there were shots fired outside the White House gate.
Yeah.
And he came back and he's like, "Mom, do I look worried?"
Yeah, no, he was so unaffected. I just think of myself. Jared walks up behind me in the kitchen, and I'm pouring coffee or something. I'm like, "Ah, don't do that to me ever again. You scared the crap out of me."
And one last story for the day. We all know I'm a huge comic book guy. I love comic books. Well, a Florida man has broken the Guinness World Record by seeing Avengers Endgame, the movie, 191 times.
That doesn't seem like a lot, Jared. I feel like you could beat that record. 191?
It's a 3-hour and 10-minute movie, though. That's like 600 hours that this guy spent.
600 hours well spent, sir.
Yes, and I have to say, I really enjoy the movie. I really enjoy comic books, but dude.
Not that much.
Dude, come on. I mean.
Now, which one is that?
Hobby.
Is that
that's the last one that came out?
Okay.
In 2018.
I've never seen any of those. I don't think I've ever seen a superhero movie, period. And that's not true. Does Spider-Man count? And Batman and those?
Spider-Man and Batman count as superheroes, yes.
Okay, so I've seen those ones, but I've never seen any of the Marvel ones. Is Spider-Man Marvel?
Spider-Man is Marvel.
So I have
seen the Marvel.
I have seen a Marvel one, but I haven't seen any of the recent Marvel ones.
Okay.
With like the Thor and the Hulk and all those guys.
Yeah, well, personal trainer Ramiro Alanis can tell you all about it, the Guinness World Records holder.
Yikes, that's too much. I mean, the only movie I could watch that many times is I've probably seen Step Brothers a few too many times, and maybe The Godfather a few too many times, but anything else, I think I'm out. Guys, we'll have Howie Carr up next, but first I want to tell you, if you've ever wondered what makes Omaha Steaks so darn good, we can tell you because we just got a fresh shipment of it, and oh my God, delicious. It's the aging process. Omaha Steaks ages their steaks at least 21 days because that's the sweet spot. It's where the magic happens. Jared, I mean, you can tell people you love to cook.
I do.
And you took a lot of the chicken back home with you. How was it?
Chicken was fantastic, and it tasted like chicken. I know I say that, but a lot of times chicken, when people say, "Oh, everything tastes like chicken," it's because chicken tastes like nothing.
Yeah.
But this chicken actually tastes like chicken. I'm trying the pork chops tonight.
Ooh, let us know how that goes.
Definitely going to do that tonight.
You can try those mouth-watering steaks in the Butcher's Best Sellers grill pack. It includes 4 of their iconic and fork-tender Butcher's Cut filet mignons, 4 ultra-juicy burgers, 4 savory pork chops, desserts, and so much more. Go to omahasteaks.com, enter Curley with an E into the search bar for a special price on this Butcher's Best Seller package. Plus, you'll get 4 more chicken breasts and 4 more of those delicious burgers for free. This is a huge shipment. We got it here at the office, and we shared it with, all of the people here. I mean, there was just so much to go around. Omaha Steaks has been the leader of gourmet steaks and food since 1917. protein. No one comes close to matching the flavor, tenderness, and value of Omaha Steaks. Go to omahasteaks.com, type keyword Curley with an E, Curley, into the search bar and order the Butcher's Bestseller Pack today. Don't forget you'll get 4 free chicken breasts and 4 burgers. That's omahasteaks.com, keyword Curley. Back on the other side with the one and only Howie Carr. Don't go anywhere.
Follow Grace on Twitter at @G_Curley.